Alrighty, everybody, here we are on the verbal expressions notes video. So this is the first page and first lesson in this Unit 3 Topic A packet. Okay, so there's no lesson number, we just call it verbal expressions. And before we do the keywords at the top and then these three definitions, I kind of want you to, we're going to look at example 1 here when it says underline the keywords in each statement, then write the expression. So before we do any keywords, I want to just read through these and underline like I said to do. So part A says the sum of twice B and 5. So important words, sum and twice. Okay. The next one, the quotient of C and D. I'm going to say quotient. Important. Hopefully some of these words we're highlighting look familiar to you. A raised to the fifth power increased by the product of 5 and C. That's got all kinds of good stuff. So raised to the fifth power, increased by, and product. Part D says the quantity of A plus B divided by 4. So quantity of, that's one might not know yet, plus divided by. Part E, 10 less than the product of 15 and C. So let's see, less than product, that'll be it. And then part F, 5 times D, then increased by 8. So we got times increased by. Okay. So I want you to pause right now and I want you to take these words and see if you can place them into the boxes up above. And then you can press play again and we will go over and check what you wrote in the boxes. All right, welcome back to your note video. So we've got addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and we're going to add a little category at the top called parentheses. All right, I wish I would have put that box in, but I think the parenthesis words are the most important words that we have right now. So addition words, there's a ton, okay, but like the most common ones would be plus, some, more than, and increased by. Now, if you have any extras, you can always bring those to class tomorrow and we can always add to the list. Subtraction, minus, difference, less than, and decreased by. Oh, I forgot the by on increase. Decreased by. So you can see I'm kind of like matching up the opposites here. Multiplication, times, of course, double, triple. The big one that's important is product. And then division, really just quotient, divide. Those are the two big ones. You don't really have any other ones. Now, parentheses. Parenthesis words, like when I mean parentheses, I mean like these guys, would be sum, difference, and quantity of. Okay. Quantity of is the one that's my favorite. It makes us, seem like really, really like, advanced when we talk about math words. Sum and difference is the hardest two for you to remember that they need parentheses. So those three are really probably the big ones. I feel like the rest of them you're probably sitting at home right now. You're like, yeah, I already know this. Why am I watching a video? But these next three words down here, constant, coefficient, and terms, these are new words. So a constant is a number on its own. Okay? A coefficient is a number in front of a letter. And terms they're like a single number or variable. And we'll do some examples of these. So if I write an example off to the side, just say like 2a plus 7. Okay, so the constant here is just a number. The constant here would be the 7. Okay, the coefficient, a number in front of a letter, that would be the 2. And you wouldn't write 2a, you would write just the 2, that's the coefficient. And then the terms are like the individual parts. So like if you were to list the terms, it would be 2a, comma, 7. Okay? So now that we've gone over some of those definitions, we're going to actually take these sentences and write them into expressions. So the sum of, so sum means plus, we're going to put plus sign, twice b and 5. Whenever you see the word and, some people like to draw a line because that kind of splits it up. So the sum of, we've got twice b, so that'd be 2 times b and 5. And then remember sum, we should put parentheses around, okay? Part B, the quotient of C and D. So quotient is division, and we're writing division of fraction. There's that word and again. So it'd be C over D. Part C, A raised to the 5th power increased by the product of 5 and C. Okay, so there's a comma there. That means a little pause. So A raised to the 5th power. So that'd be A to the 5th. Then we have increased by, that's addition, the product of 5 and C. So increased by, we've got that product is multiplying, so 5 times C. Part D, the quantity of A plus B divided by 4. All right, so parentheses, quantity of, I'm going to go over to the side. So we got parentheses, A plus B, and I'm going to close the parentheses. There should be a comma in here. Okay, I'm not very good with grammar, but like that's confusing. On the quiz as always, we're very clear about, where does quantity of end, and then just divide it by 4. Part E, 10 less than the product of 15 and C. Now, less than is super important. If you think of what's 10 less than 20, that would be 20 minus 10. So we're going to do minus 10 over here. And then the product of 15 and C is multiplying, so 15C minus 10. So up in the top, where we have less than, you might want to write like a little star, put a little note, and say that this means to switch the order, so you don't forget. And then part F, 5 times D, should be a comma, then increased by 8. So 5D increased by is plus and 8. Okay. So then if we go on to the second page, the same idea, I'm going to skip the first few and I'm going to go down to number 6 here. Because 6 through 11, we've got like real world problems here. So Mario had $35, but then he spent M dollars. So he had $35. When you spend money, you're subtracting money, and we're subtracting M. We don't know how much money he spent. 7, Samantha saved her money and was able to quadruple the original amount M. So quadruple would be 4, quad is 4, so this would be 4 times M, 4M. 8, Veronica increased her grade G, increased her grade G by 4 points and then doubled it. So she increased her grade G by 4 points. So we had G plus 4. Then she doubled that entire grade, so we're going to need some parentheses, and then we multiply by 2. Number 9, Adele had M pieces of candy, ate 5 of them. Then he split the remaining candy equally among 4 friends. So he had M pieces of candy and he ate 5, so we got M minus 5. He ate the candy. Now, splitting equally, when you split things up equally, that means you are dividing, so we're going to write it as a fraction, and he divided it amongst 4 friends. Now, you could put parentheses around M minus 5. It never hurts to have more parentheses, okay? Number 10, to find out how much paint is needed, Mr. Jones must square the side length of the gate, and then subtract 15. So I'm just going to pick a letter for the side length. So I'm going to say x equals side length. Usually would give you a letter. So he has to square it. So x to the second power, then subtract 15, so minus 15. And the last one, Luis brought X cans of cola to the party. Faith brought D cans of cola, and Deshawn brought H cans of cola. How many cans of cola did they bring all together? That's really the key phrase, all together. So Luis had X plus, Faith had D, and Deshawn had H, so X plus D plus H. All right, so that's all for this. I know that seemed a little bit long, but all good stuff, important things, some new things probably. So that's all we'll do for now.